on Facebook, but let's just double check, make sure. All right, just in case for whatever reason it's not on there, but on my end, I can see that it is streaming. Okay, so all right. The therapist in me is always like, "How was your week? What's going on? We should maybe like talk a little bit and then get into the subject." Is that like? I mean, we're still figuring it out.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I think I was busy that week before. Not Jesus before July 4th, and I just didn't advertise, which is just that's on me. It's on me. It just didn't happen, and then you got busy.
Yeah, with allergies and
Yeah.
life, just deciding to just grind my face into the world, but I'm doing okay now. So
Yay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I survived another week. That's all I can ask myself to do anymore.
I mean, I think there's like that meme that's like, I'm just gonna wait until next week. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then it's just like, oh no, it's okay. Well, that's every week for the next many weeks.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just really has come down to that, which I'm like, I don't like that. That's what it's come down to, but at this point, like it's life, so I'll take the hit.
Yeah.
Sadly, so
So you can't see it, but I am wearing a purple dress, or I mean top. It's a dress. You can't see the bottom. With white little what do we call it? Butterflies on it. Very 90s inspired. Um,
ah,
so yes, yeah.
let me see what I mean, because there's no like images, I could probably make up whatever I want. So let me see what's the most 90s of the Barbie outfits can I find?
Oh, gotcha.
Oh wait, I got one. I'm wearing. You know what? Let's just go for like the absolute means. I'm wearing a multicolored, mostly purple facing jumpsuit with a neon fanny pack, neon yellow knee pads, as well as neon yellow inline skates.
Yes, you got to have the inline skates. Skater Barbie was yeah.
Yeah, hot skating Barbie. That's
Yep.
exactly what I'm wearing in honor of not only the movie that's coming out, which I still can't believe that. If you see an image
Oh
of
yes,
what's
I've seen the images. That's what that's
yeah,
from. Oh.
yeah, they literally did hot skating Barbie like down to like the T, which I just need a double check.
Do you want me
Because
to find it? Because I can
I
definitely.
no, I found it, but
Okay.
like it's almost better than what they the actual doll, because if you look at it, it's amazingly like it almost like I said, it almost looks better than the actual doll, because like the color matching is on point for this.
Oh, gotcha.
Like they have everything down, and then she's wearing what I can only describe as a gym like outfit, like
Yes.
it's almost like an Olympic gym outfit, as opposed to like the what do you call it, like the I don't know how else to call it. That's the sweatsuit that like it seems like she's wearing.
Oh, gotcha. I'm like, let me see, like, because I know that I can include this, so I'm like, let me see. All right.
Yeah, because
Oh yes,
it's
I
too
saw that one.
good.
Okay, there we go.
Because it's either this or I mean, this is a better picture, obviously,
Yeah. Oh,
because this one, like, you get like the full image of, oh my god, Ryan, what's his name, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
Like,
Gosling.
why,
Yeah. Why is
why have you
there we go.
chosen this path, sir?
Yeah.
Why?
What? Yeah. What
Like,
happened?
I
What
applaud
happened?
you for this, but
So you're
just
wearing that exact outfit, like this
yeah, her
is
outfit,
okay.
yeah, her
Yep.
outfit,
Yep. Yep. That's
because
because you can.
we,
Because you
I mean,
can.
it's either this or Ryan Gosling's like black cowboy outfit, because that was also waiting in my closet. But
Oh, yeah. Wow.
with just like the pink ascot,
Right.
which
Where
you
do you
know
go? Where do you go,
if
sir?
if they ever redo the Scooby Doo live action movie,
Yeah.
I could see Ryan Gosling pulling off the kerchief.
I love her outfit in I mean there's so much there, but
Yeah.
it's the stars on the bells because that is so Barbie. There's
Oh
just
God,
the
that's
aesthetic. Yeah.
wasn't that the line? Wasn't that the line like that is so Barbie?
Ooh, I don't know.
I think it was. I remember the commercials almost saying that.
There we go. Yeah.
Just oh my
Yeah. So I'm
God.
gonna leave that one up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go to yeah, there we go. Okay. So
Yeah. So
yeah,
let's not just. This is like we're gonna talk about we're not gonna talk about like Barbie in the '90s and like more
yes.
like coming, but I don't think we can go without like talking about the Barbie movie that's coming out.
Right,
Like
right.
like we can't
I
because
mean,
this is basically just
right. I mean, I think what's happening is that like we have these topics and then it's like here are some aspects of this topic and then also this is what's happening today. So it's like I'm like it's if I can be so self-centered as to say this is a very me like like thought process where it's like okay Barbie there's a lot to that then there's the political stuff and then there's the current stuff and like everything just kind of like comes all back together and just it's very how I think how my mind works and I'm like this is like it's perfect.
no, I don't disagree. Like
Okay.
I think that's much the same way where you have to talk about like your own experiences with it and
Yep.
then the past in general, like at least like from the zeitgeist of the public, and then like just what like the old political process of it is and just like everything that connects to it and just
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to do this aside. Like seeing Margot Robbie as Barbie kind of fits considering like I like to think the Harley Quinn aspects that she's been doing in a lot of the movies kind of mirror parts of Barbie, but
Yes.
just to like the most extreme extent of the character. So
So,
seeing her as that,
yeah.
just
So, I watch a couple of doll channels on that's such a weird thing to say. Um, on YouTube. And there's a difference in the doll collecting community between a fashion doll and an adult collectible doll. So occasionally Barbie will have, and this is a current thing, occasionally Barbie will have a issue with people seeing the collectible like adult collectors like dolls, like the dolls for the Barbies that are for adult collectors, and feeling like they should be marketed apparently, or like it might give the child a wrong impression. But like, if you know anything about like doll collecting, um, the adult like doll collection ones are super expensive, and I think that they probably do have a Harley Quinn one, and I think they have it was one like I'm terrible with like all of the superhero stuff, so I'm like, is there like a Night Raven or some sort of like female like I mean there are females obviously superheroes but
oh
like
yeah.
there was one with like more of a leather like that shiny like plastic type of wear I guess maybe Nightwing or something like that. Sorry, I don't know the names. That like caused controversy because parents thought that it was advertised to kids, even though it was like $150 or $200. Like, you think your kid is playing with this? Like, no, like this is for the adult collectors.
So here's the funny thing. I
Yeah.
actually completely get that because my mother bought my sister both the adult like dolls, like the $150 ones,
Mm-hmm.
as well as the ones that she would go like play on with as a kid, like like
Right. The
the things
regular
that she would
ones.
smack around like everything. But then there was also the ones where they're on the shelf, um,
Yep.
that never saw play. They were
Yep.
still in the picks, which I believe my sister might have because she got one of the like Barbie
Oh, I do have a
winter
Barbie.
edition.
Hold
Yeah.
on. I will be right back. I thought that I didn't have any Barbies. Hold on.
This times like these, I kind of wish I actually had Barbies myself, but unfortunately, my collectibles kind of like are more cardboard, and I don't have the necessary patience or financial gain to be able to, you know, slap together a lot for Barbies. But
Right.
is a thought.
Okay, so I do have a Barbie. It is called Dance Till Dawn Barbie. It
Dance till
is it says on here, it says great fashions of the 20th century, 1920s. She is in all purple. She of course has a boa. It's a flapper dress. She got the headband with a little
Oh,
bit of
okay.
yeah. So my friend sent me this and I did not take it out of the package because I was like, I don't know what to do with this at this point, but like, this is very my aesthetic, which I'm like, I love it. But but that's when you were talking about that, it reminded me that I do have a collectible Barbie. Um, these are not the like a type like this, and like there's another type that again I watch the doll channels. Um, Holiday edition Barbie.
Yep.
Uh,
That was what my sister had. She had the New Year's Barbie as well as the
yeah,
Christmas Barbie.
yeah. Um, Big seller. I think that is not one of the. I mean, it's a collectible doll. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's the collectible doll," and it's like, okay, great. Try and explain that to an 8-year-old.
Yeah,
And
no, they're just gonna be like, "Hey, play," and then just start
right,
throwing it across the room.
right. And my mom was like, "I don't care, play with it." And so like that's what I did, So like, it wasn't that big of a deal for me, but like obviously for like other people, I remember going to my friend's house and seeing like 2 or 3 of the holiday Barbies just on her shelf and up and away, and like you just don't play with those.
Yeah, these are just meant to be looked at. They're just meant to be observed.
Right? Like, then don't get that for me. Like, get me a painting. Like, why are you worried to put a doll in
Get
a
the
big.
Barbie that had the temporary tattoos on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to like remember like every Barbie that I can think of from the '90s, and so far the only ones I can come up with are the hair color Barbie, which was
Oh, yeah.
there was a hair
You
color
put,
Barbie.
uh, what was it? You put, warm water on the hair and then it changed. And then,
Yeah,
like, you put an ice cube on it to change it back or something like that. It was.
yeah, and then it also like it came with hair color that like you could put on yourself, which I'm assuming was just like Kool-Aid
Oh, yeah.
into a paste or something, because that's I think what like the temporary hair colors were back in the day was just Kool-Aid. So
Yeah. Yeah.
don't ask me. I never got into that, so I'm going off of hearsay from other people.
Oh, gotcha.
But I'm assuming that's what it was just like. But yeah, a lot of the Barbies back then, like in the '90s, were just like, oh god, it was some of the weirdest like niche kind of things you could think of. Like I'm going through the list right now of like '90s Barbies, and so far it's like hot skating Barbie,
Yep.
butterfly princess Barbie, which if I
Yes.
remember right was the one that like. No, because I'm thinking of something else. Like I thought it shot butterflies out of out of the bottom of the dress, but I don't think
No.
that was it.
No. That one, I think she had butterfly wings and like maybe a nice flowy dress. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just came across probably the most politically incorrect out of all of them. At least the ones in the '90s, which was Native American Barbie.
Ooh, I was gonna say flight attendant Barbie. Okay, yeah, Native
Well, no, I
American.
mean flight attendant's not that bad. Like I mean, there are male flight attendants, so it's
Right,
like
right.
there's like I'm fine on that regard. But like Native American Barbie, unfortunately, uh, yeah, I have to show you it because like it's
Okay,
one
yeah.
of
If you
those
send
like
it, I can put it on screen.
Yeah, like it's one of those ones where you can't
It's
unsee.
bad. It's bad. Like it's the
It
whole
could be worse.
yeah.
It could be worse.
Right. It could be worse, but like it's going to be pretty bad. And I'm guessing that no indigenous people were consulted during
Oh,
this
of course not.
time.
No,
Yeah.
no, of course not. Of course not. Of course
Yeah.
not. Like it's like
Oh.
we're still in the late '80s kind of era of like
No, I like
um,
inspired by
cultural
the
sensitivity.
traditional dress of the first Americans. Oh, no.
In the
No.
defense of all this, back in the day, it was a lot worse when it came to political sensitivity.
It's true.
In the defense of all this, they, look, they're stupid. They don't know any better. Like all they cared about was just like throw a motif on and we can make a Barbie out of it. I think they made a cooking Barbie. They made now I have to look through the list because like they had like different nationalities of Barbies, but like they didn't change the base model of the doll, which is kind of like
Right, right.
not
Yeah.
great. But like, what do I like? Again, I'm not a Barbie like creative director, so I have
Of
no
course
idea.
not. Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about like the people who like came up with the ideas for this,
Right.
like because like they're in their boardroom thinking, what can we make a Barbie out of? I don't know, like let's make his twink best friend that is her cover or something. Like
Right.
oh god, there's a Honolulu Barbie that I'm.
Oh.
It's literally yeah, like they literally all they did was spray paint a Barbie called a darker shade.
Oh no.
I mean, it's tan, but it looks like
Right, it's
tan, but
tan,
like
but it's not that. Yeah.
working out. The worst part is like it's so minimal of a change, and like
Right.
looking at it through an adult lens, it's amazing just how much they didn't need to do outside of packaging.
Right. It's just create the like I mean for like the Native American Barbie, like you know, have the earrings. It looks like there might be a little bit of face or like hair clips, and then like maybe add a different ring on the finger, and then like it's just really Barbie is the holder for the fashion. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get the idea. Like, it's supposed to be about seeing it through the lens of like here is like this like this cultural icon and like going through like the centuries and like it's supposed to be about like generations seeing like where the world's gone and all that. And I get
Right.
the original intent now, but the issue standing is it doesn't really speak of like strong thought processes in terms of like the creative like people underneath it, because then it just becomes like what else can we make? Oh, here's a bedtime Barbie where
Right.
we just literally give her pajamas and you can close her eyes.
Right. Right.
Ugh, I still
Yeah.
can't believe like the stuff like sold.
Yeah.
Because I still remember going in like let's date it like KB Toys or something like that, and you're going into that one specific girl out because we can't have everything mixed together or something like that. No,
Right.
let's segregate it into like the one giant girl out so that everything else is just basically all boys and all that.
Oh,
But it's
right,
like,
right. Yeah, of course.
I mean, I still went down that aisle, but like
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it was just all Barbie. Like it was just like all the Barbies, and you could just like find every single one. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my god, I just found a pregnant Barbie.
Yes, pregnant Barbie. There was some controversy with her because she was sold separately from Ken.
Yeah, that's not the most controversial part. The controversial part for me is looking at, and I'll show you the picture. It's just
The realistic portrayal of a pregnant woman where like you just pop off the belly and then take the baby out from inside, right? Like,
yeah, like, it's not even that. Like it's just like how it comes across, where it's just like number one. I'm gonna be brutally honest. Like I'll applaud them for like making her not look as. God, this is. I feel like so dirty
yeah.
saying this. Like, she's not as pretty as she usually is.
Oh, gotcha. Like she's a little
like her
scaled
face is
down.
more
Yeah.
distressed, but like again, she's carrying another human being, feeding another human being, and dealing with like the racks and pains of pregnancy. So yeah, she's not gonna be, you know, being a
Oh,
fairy princess. Or she's giving
right.
birth to a child, so you know, but just it's
Yeah.
so direct.
Yeah.
Like that's the weirdest part is just like you go from all these like fantasy things like fairy princess Barbie and you know mall princess and Kelly and all this, and then here's pregnant.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with using it because like
Right.
it does like help like get the messages across, but I just feel like tact wise there could be like an easier way to go about this.
Yeah. I like. Oh my gosh. I mean, um, it just it like I mean I don't know how else really like it could be portrayed because like I mean the limit is plastic, you know, like do you really
Oh
want
yeah.
like a child being like I'm inducing labor like
Oh god, no! There's like unless you're doing like anatomy class with this shit,
right
like
then you don't.
you're there's no way. You're basically just like let's open her up and put another doll in there.
Right yeah
If I can like come to go to my like darker places, like this is the kind of stuff that you have like edgelord kids like just
Ooh,
start like putting in like octopuses or skeletons in there and
gotcha.
just like getting really
You
like
know, I would probably buy one of those and be like,
oh
oh,
me
like
too.
you know, like that sounds that sounds
No,
really
like Cthulhu Barbie, like she's giving birth to
yeah.
an eldritch horror or
Or
something
like
like.
she just yeah, the Eldritch of course with like just a stomach that like where like yeah, Cthulhu comes out. I'm down for it. I'm
Or even
down.
like or even Nightmare on Elm Street 2 Barbie, where Freddy
Mm,
Krueger just comes out of her gut. Because I mean, I could like that's
right.
a scene I could see happening. Just like hot glue a,
Yeah.
a Ken doll dressed up like him in there.
Right, exactly. Just all the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
my god!
and the plastic that she's made out of is fairly like pliable. So like
Oh no, it was a
um
good plastic back then. It wasn't
yeah.
like the cheap stuff
So
we're getting nowadays.
right. So like she like there's a lot of maneuverability I think in in how you could like burn this down so that like you can, you know, melt it so that you can definitely create all of these things.
Just
There were feminists, and I don't know if this was widespread or if this was just like friend of a friend type of thing. But there were people who were making sure that Barbie had flat feet because they didn't want people to. I don't even know. They didn't want Barbie to have high heel feet, like to have the tiptoe feet, so that like to, I guess to discourage women from I don't
so
know wearing high
I don't know.
heels.
Like,
Yeah.
speaking as a feminist, look, one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to like depictions of women in like fantasy or like fiction
Mm.
is like the idea of like the stiletto heel when it comes to like fighting
Oh
crime or like
yes,
superhero stuff.
always.
Yeah, like I'm always the first one to point that out, like because your feet are going to get destroyed if you have like a stiletto heel like coming in. Now, if that's your bag or you're conditioned or anything
Yep.
like that,
Oh
go
yeah.
for that. And again, this is one of those like it's wish fulfillment. Like
Right.
having the idea is that like oh this woman's so badass that she can kick ass even in high heels. But
Right. Even in high heels, being sort of feminine, she can still do something. Yeah.
yeah, and that's where I'm like you can. I mean,
Right.
like I'm always questioning, especially given non-binary. I question what's feminine and masculine and all that. But depending on that, like I'm on the fence on it when it comes to like the flat heels or anything like that. The way I'm
Right.
coming across this is it's kind of iconic at this point because like from the 50s on, you've had the like the pointed heel like
Yep.
look of the doll. Like it
Except
seems
except for our Ariel. Ariel don't like she had flat feet.
really.
Yeah. I
I didn't
had
notice
one
that.
and I was like, wow, this is so weird. But also, I can't put her in high heels because she only comes with flats. So like, did what I don't what like kind of like you couldn't play both. I guess I don't know. Maybe because like Ariel was definitely 16 and like Barbie is like somewhere between
Some
like
morphic
16 and
age.
22, like that.
You know,
Yeah,
I personally like equate it to like she's young. Like I think that's probably like the closest you're ever going to get to pinpointing age.
right.
Because honestly, like she bounces between high school and college
Oh
and
yeah.
just like there's no real definitive way to pinpoint where she's a time lord. Let's just say it. She's a time lord.
She
She
is
can be whatever
too.
that she like literally she goes through incarnations and is
Right.
whatever age she decides she wants to be.
Yes, she definitely goes through incarnations where it's like she's been everything. And I think like that for me that's part of the like appeal because it's like, oh wow, at the late 90s I think people were like Barbie could be anything and it's like, yeah, she really could be and she has, you know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like you said, I think that was like the major market appeal is that she literally is everything. If you were to
Right.
try to pinpoint it down, yeah, it makes no sense, but that's because it's a doll from
Right. It
50
doesn't
like
have
from the
to
50s.
yeah. It doesn't have to
Like
make sense. Yeah.
I mean, at one point she had just like a baby sister that all she like did was just like twirl on things. Like I don't
Skipper.
know. Yeah, Skip. I don't know. Like it might have been Kelly. Like
Oh,
I had.
right, right. So I think Skipper was one of her friends. Yeah, Kelly was the little sister.
Oh my god!
I know. I know.
I found Fountain Mermaid Barbie where she literally just squirts water off the top of her head.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Just
There, like, oh my gosh, I'm like, okay, so, like, there's so many thoughts going through my head, about like the different Barbies. So, um, yeah, Barbie can be anything. It's like, and okay. So one of the things I did want to mention was that like, I think it's interesting, that like Barbie doesn't like she has a nice personality. Like if you watched any of like the movies, but like
mhm.
and she's all about friendship, which like if she's between if she's just older than a teenager at some point or if she's a teenager to whatever, um, definitely makes sense. So she has some sort of a personality, but like she doesn't have a hardcore personality. So like
Yeah,
you like girl people, sorry, people can still have whatever story that they want for Barbie, which brings up obviously imagination. Whereas like Belle has a story, she has a personality, she's not really going to change for anything else. Like, and most likely she's gonna have the iconic dress, blue and white dress. That's about
yep,
it. Like, she doesn't have the mobility to like really or flexibility to like change into. Well, she is a princess, but she's not. But like that's not how she's really portrayed. But like she can't be like a vixen. She can't be a flight attendant. Like it's not that's not how this is going down. Like, Belle has an established personality and a storyline.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree, and I think the notion comes from Barbie isn't meant to have an overarching story. Like she's supposed to fit where she's like whatever they want to portray at that precise moment. It's more like she is uh, like a, it's a lesser extent to like James Bond where he can fit
Mm.
into like very different eras depending on everything because he is like a tool of a different era but is being used in like to convey the story. And I think with Barbie she's meant to convey the society around her because like in terms of like back in the days of like the 50s all she really did was just be like a fashionista or like hang out with
Yeah.
her friends or do anything like that. But then you move up to like the 80s and 90s where she becomes like a doctor and a scientist and
Yep.
like all this other stuff. So as much as people want to like bash her for being like this unreasonable like idol, like the
Right.
way you have to see it is like from the eras that it came from
Right.
in the past to now. Like so much has happened where now she's able to do like actual career stuff. She's able to show growth as like not just as a character, but as we can show growth as a society because now these things are acceptable,
Right.
which I think is
Yeah.
probably the best
Yeah.
idea we can think of.
And what I was gonna say was that yeah, there. I think in the '90s there was that research that came out that was like, if Barbie was a real person, she'd have to walk on all like on four legs because she would be so top heavy. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Have you ever seen a woman who's top heavy walking on all fours? Like that's not how
Yeah,
this works.
yeah, that's not how
The
physics works. Or
right,
yeah,
that's not how physics works. And
uh,
they were like, well, she'd have like a whatever, like it's almost like reasonable sizes. Like she'd have a 21-inch waist. I mean, yeah, okay. Like, I mean, yeah. Like she'd
I mean,
have big hips. I mean, a lot of people kind of do. Like, okay,
yeah,
so she
yeah.
she she
Like
she has a little
everyone,
junk in the trunk. We're good. Like,
it's everyone's built differently. Like
yeah.
that's what. Oh, that's like okay. I used to be like one of those people that like kind of like always like sought up like the unreasonable like dimension people. Now I'm over it. People
Hmm.
can be whatever size or shape they want.
Yeah.
The way I see it is, yeah, okay. Barbie has an unreasonable shape in certain regards, but
Right.
that's also because she's a doll.
Yeah.
This isn't meant to portray a reasonable physical form. Like it's not meant
Right.
to be like copied or emulated in any way, shape, or form. It's just
Right. But
like
people went too far, and I think that other people were kind of like, "Oh, I can foresee that there are going to be some girls, some people who want to look like Barbie, and it's going to, be to their detriment." And it's like, well, yeah, that many surgeries probably will be to your detriment. Like, I don't like it's regardless of what they want to look like. If they were like, I mean, it's the same people who want to look like Angelina Jolie and go through all of this stuff, and it's like, but
does this mean we have to talk about the woman that actually like turned herself into Barbie?
Yeah, I mean, we can. I mean,
I mean, we
there,
have to like to a certain extent, but like
right.
that's. I mean, that was like
But that was one out of how many millions who's played with Barbie, and
yeah,
I know that there were people who were like, "Oh my God, my kids can't touch Barbie." It's like, okay, I mean, that's fine. Like, glad that
you
you're
do
looking for
you.
alternatives, but like, also, I mean, kind of everyone, like, a lot of people grew up with Barbie. It's okay, and they turned out just fine. It's
Yep.
okay. Like, I remember even back then thinking like, but even people with traditional parents came up and became feminists and activists. So like, what's really the issue? Like, now you want to demonize
Yeah.
this? Like, yeah.
I don't know. Like I think that it's just they have to try and find like a soapbox to get on, and unfortunately, it's just that was the
And
easiest.
Barbie was easy. Yeah. It was very easy to be like, and she's the problem of all of society. Like, wait.
There's a lot more wrong with society than Barbie, and if you think that's the
Right,
extent of it,
exactly.
you absolutely need to reevaluate your life.
Right. If that's the issue that you're coming up with, that you're like, that it's all
Well,
problems. Like,
I think people were starting like at the peak of the '90s. We're starting to see like the idea of people being influenced by stuff, and unfortunately, it started with music, and it's
mm,
always going to start with music. And
oh
they
yeah,
started, and then they started to overcorrect
yeah,
into all this other stuff. And I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know which side of the coin pushed harder to be like, no, you can't do this. This is like, demoralizing for women. Really, that shit. I don't pretend to know who was on that side because, quite frankly, it's irrelevant. Both,
right.
like, no matter what, like, the argument is the problem, and the argument it doesn't make any sense if you think about it for too long.
For too long. Yeah,
Because no, she's she's meant to be an idealized version, but it's not meant to be a attainable version, and that's like the point. Is you're not meant
right.
to
Yeah.
to aim for this. You aim for the sentiment. You don't aim for the reality of it.
Right. Well, and as you said before, it's just a doll. Like, what? like it's a doll that like I mean, just I guess like the song, like you can undress and redress, like you know, you play in a scene, like that's it. It's for imagination. It's for playtime.
But no, God forbid that, because
Oh
we have
God,
to
yeah,
have like, I don't know, like
yeah.
like I said, like
Gotta
in terms of
politicize
this,
it.
yeah. Let's get the. I think we have to get to the politicizing, and unfortunately, it's just one of those things where you have to just dive into it.
Yeah,
Look, it's not bad to be feminine. It really, really isn't.
yeah.
Yes, this was an idealized version of a feminine form,
Mm.
and there was idealized versions of men. Conan.
Even Ken. Uh, yeah,
Well,
like he had abs. He like the whole V cut. Like he had his own stuff too. Yeah, the Hulk. Um, what is it? Yeah, He Man. You
Captain
mentioned.
America,
Yeah, all of these super buff,
James
guys.
Bond,
Yeah, it Suave. Yeah, who only wore suits. Like, I mean, there was a lot of pressure on both ends, and like, but it was Barbie. It was Barbie that was influencing girls. Yeah.
yeah, but like even though like as far as I can tell, like okay, there was hiccups, but for the most part, it seems like a positive role model. It's like she's always positive. She's trying to be a working class person now,
Right.
like in terms of like the '90s aspect of it.
Yeah.
She was active. She was not trying to. She was just trying to be herself. If she wanted to be everything, okay, cool, be
Yeah,
everything.
she could be everything, and that was like, oh, cool, I wanted to talk about the video games. So
Oh god, yeah. Let's talk
yes,
about it.
so I did have the Windows 3.0
Oh my
video
god.
Barbie video game. It was awful. You had to
Yes.
like figure out what dress she would wear, and you go
It
to
was
the
like,
mall and avoid, I don't know, candy or
what?
something, or
Her
popcorn
Ken?
or
Let's go to the
phones.
mall.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I watched
um,
I watched I watched a video about it, so I know which one you're talking about. And
yes,
God, that game just looked
it
horrendous.
it looked horrendous, and was it the JonTron one? I think he played
Yeah,
it.
yes, he
Yeah,
did. All of
yeah.
them actually.
Yes, all of them, right? Yes.
Which
So yeah, I was surprised that there was a level that I couldn't get past, and I don't know why, but like Barbie just ended up glitching out and then like going to like just kind of floating to the top of the screen when I was trying to like make her jump, and like she just floated off screen. So like I never got through the whole thing because I couldn't because of the stupid glitch. So I was kind of glad to watch the JonTron video about it, um, because I was like, oh, there was much more to this game that I didn't know was there because glitch.
well, I think he probably I don't know if he hacked it or something like that, but like I mean he's also very good at video games, so that's probably
Oh,
also
gotcha.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, plus, and there's also the idea that there's a lot more troubleshooting when it comes to like fan content, so they're able to just like help other people out by posting like, here's how you beat it. This
Right.
is what happens. Try to do X, Y, or Z, so that way you
Right.
don't.
Which wasn't around back then because this was, yeah,
Oh no, but back then, like
before.
if you
Yeah.
got stuck, you were stuck.
You were stuck. Yeah. Who was I gonna
It's like
talk to? I don't even think any of my friends had the game, so I was just like, okay.
how am I? Well, I guess I'm just gonna live with like this thing,
Just
just
never knowing until JonTron comes around.
then just oh god, this is, and then some of those games like the games are definitely where I think it becomes a little more active because I think the NES
Right.
game was at least like somewhat more engaging
Hmm.
um, in terms of gameplay, at least for more people.
But maybe
But
that's where people like kind of had the issue because once you start like with that 3.0 game, um, like it was about shopping. It was about dressing up for Ken and your date.
well, okay, we're talking about like in terms of game designers,
Mhm.
people who have probably never
Oh yeah,
ever
yeah,
played with a Barbie and just literally went to a toy store, looked at it, and said, "Oh, let's just make it the most vapid thing we possibly can."
yeah. True. Yeah.
Although that saying that, like, there's like the 4 or 5 point versions where you're like, I think playing with horses and then like you're riding
Right.
and
I think
stuff.
she.
It's a
Yeah.
little more on the engaging front. So
Yeah. 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 That's true. It was people who were like, I don't know, just uh make her. She has Ken, right? Well, relationship. Like, wait, what?
not even that. Like here you can dress her up. Like no one's gonna care. They'll buy it regardless because it's Barbie.
It's
Like
Barbie.
then again,
It's like the
the
next
same
thing.
people.
Yeah.
Same people made the an ET video game and basically said like, play this. It's fun.
Yeah.
How do I play it?
Right.
Just play it. It's fun. Figure it out.
Like this just doesn't know. And
Like,
I
no.
was against Barbie by the time all of the movies came out, so like I have not watched many, I should say. Of I think there might have been one when I was a kid that I was like, oh, I like this one. But like I don't remember anything about it. I know it was on VHS. That's about it. But like all of the other movies that came out, I was too old by that point. So like it was just kind of like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like it's not a.
It feels like it probably would be like one of those like um Nick Jr. kind of like shows where it's
Yeah.
which is sad, but like I could see it like nowadays, like with stuff like My Little Pony being a lot more for adults and everything else. Like I
Oh
think with
yeah.
better writers, it could have been a much stronger, story. But then again, like I, that wasn't the prerogative back then. Like back then, the
Right.
prerogatives were let's make this XYZ story where it just basically does the bare minimum.
Yeah, so let's choose a story that's, like the Prince and the Pauper, but we'll just make it Barbie. Like, okay, okay, yeah,
Because we haven't heard that story like 1,000
right.
times
Because
before.
Mickey didn't do that story too. Okay, yeah, sure.
Like it's not like we couldn't do something more or something like that. Let's do Swan Lake, but Barbie. Let's
Yeah,
do I don't know. Let me
right.
let me go look the list up now
Okay,
because
yeah.
right now I'm like, wait, what movies did come out for Barbie? Because if we're having like a live action Barbie movie, there's got to be like
There were many before, but they were all like, I think there's one with horses, because of course.
oh yeah, the Pony Princess. Like I think it was like
Oh
Pony.
yeah. Oh, why is she always a princess? Why can't she just be like, I'm a flight attendant? Because she did have that job, you know.
I mean, that would have been an interesting idea because
Yeah.
I don't know. Like honestly, like I think the best live action Barbie movie was Life Size, and that was a Disney Channel original movie. So
Hmm.
like
Oh,
that was
you're right.
the best because it was what was it? Oh God, I'm gonna get this
Was
wrong. I
it
can't
Tom
remember the name of
Hanks?
it. No, it wasn't Tom Hanks.
Okay.
It was they had Lindsay Lohan in it.
Oh. Oh,
Some
right. The one with Tara Banks, right?
Tara Banks. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
Tara Banks. Yeah, she
Okay.
was playing like the Barbie equivalent in that. So, but yeah, like
Yeah.
wow, that didn't do any '90s Barbie movies. I think it was all
That's what I'm
TV
telling
specials.
you. There was no 90s Barbies movie, so by the time they came out, I was like, I don't want any of this.
Let me look. There's got to be something. I think TV probably had it. You know what that is? They probably did TV first to feel it out, and then went into movies.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
mean, I'm gonna be wrong because I could. Oh god, I found the actual Barbie TV,
Oh. Oh,
like
so
actually like
yeah,
pink
oh,
Barbie
okay. So
TV.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I don't know, like that. Like for some reason, I was just like, wait, I was looking at Barbie TV shows, and then I found like a pink and white TV, and I'm like, why is this a
Yes.
live in the dream? Oh god, maybe this is coloring my perception of things, but I just found like the Barbie reality TV show within a show, and it's like,
Oh
why is
no.
this?
Oh no.
Okay, there was two, but they're in the
Okay.
'80s, so I don't think they count. It
Yeah.
was one called
Isn't that
Barbie.
crazy? There was like they like tested it out. Oh yeah, because there would be the Barbie cartoon compared to oh yeah, there's Barbie and the Rockers. What am I thinking? There's Barbie and the Rockers. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also Barbie Sensations, where it's like, wait, isn't this just like singing? Wait, so you
That
make
sounds like it.
Gem and the holograms, but you
Yes.
can't make a Barbie series.
Right. Barbie and the
Like,
Rockers, which I think was one of maybe my first Barbies, or at least the first memory of Barbies, and then um, I mean, Jem was much better. Like she had a different personality,
Well,
but she was only a rock star, so you know.
well,
But
there's a lot more to that, but like
yeah,
I can't even believe like she's a hologram. The live we can get into time in the holograms later, but just Jesus
yeah,
Christ, yeah, like you make one of the Gem and the holograms, and then what other like shows like that were there in the '90s where like it was female leading? I think that was
there's a
it.
lot.
Like,
We could go over a whole. Yeah, we'll get to that one.
but yeah, like looking at this, like it feels like there should be more.
Right.
Like as you're like thinking about it, you had to think, wait, there had to have been a Barbie TV series or something like that. Like, no,
No,
there wasn't. It
no,
was
there
all
wasn't.
after 2001,
Yeah, and
which
all of the movies after after 2000. I was in high school, so like I was already over my Barbie, you know, stage. Two other things I remember about Barbie was I had found one of the Barbie makeup heads.
oh
At a
yeah,
thrift store, and like I think cut her hair and then like use some puffy paint to put like a tattoo on her, because I was like, well, fuck it, let's do something.
yeah.
Yeah, I think at that point I was like, I wanted this for so long, and then I was 12 when I got it, so it was like, oh, well, I mean, I'm gonna be an edgy teen. And then the other one, I mean, awful story, really. I think that I got a tan Barbie, like one of the Barbie friends for maybe my birthday, maybe for Christmas, and it was like, I don't know, pool party Barbie or something, or
Yeah.
friend. And so like I lost that Barbie. It sucked. Like I lost that Barbie. I loved that Barbie, because like she looked more like my friends at the time, like who were P- uh, POCs. So like like it was really cool, and like the basically uh there was a motel that my parents and I stayed in for Christmas. And I brought, so many toys with me to like go and play. And there was like a family that owned the motel, so I was playing with the girl. And then she claims that her dad put all of her toys away with mine, and like she just didn't know where any of them were. And I was like, how do you allow your child, like as a full grown adult, to like steal another kid's toys, on top of like it was Christmas, on top of like like the adults didn't do anything. Like I just lost
Nope.
my toys, and that was it. Like they were kind of like lesson learned, I guess. And I was like, thinking about that now, I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, that is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'd be absolutely pissed. I'd probably leave that motel and be like, no, you want to screw us over? We're fucking out of here. Like, fuck you guys. Like, you don't want to give my child her toys back? Fuck you guys. You know?
I don't know. Like back in the day, like I think everyone had like it was a much different time. Like now you cannot possibly get away with that shit.
No, no.
But uh
But yeah, back then
back
it was like,
then,
well, lesson learned. Move on. Like, what? Those were
yeah,
mine.
oh, no, it's absolutely shitty. Like
Yeah,
no one should like.
yeah,
I can't well then again I've seen hotel stuff that are pretty bad. So like,
right.
I don't know.
I mean, I mean, it was a motel. I mean, like, probably not in the best neighborhood either, because I don't know, my family was saving money for whatever reason. Sometimes, like, my family was again so weird about like money, where it's like, well, that's one thing that we did, but then like after that, we always stayed at the beach. So like, what the fuck, like.
I don't
Why
know.
that year? Like, was there just not a lot of money that year? Like, what happened? But like, we had money to like travel. So like, what? I don't like what happened.
Like who fucked up and like lost a bet? That's
Right, exactly. Why did we have to stay in this area? And I remember like both my parents being kind of on edge and staying in that area too, because I think they heard gunshots like kind of a lot. And so it was like, why would you take your kids like, I get it if like we couldn't like get any other place, but again, after that we always stayed at the beach. So like, what? what happened? What happened?
Like,
Yeah.
did you fall down? Like, what?
But you still had
I don't
money to go travel. So like with 2 kids. So like what?
help me out here.
Yeah, help me
Like,
out. Help me understand this. But like, I mean, it's been like, over 20 years since that happened. So
oh
like,
yeah.
I'm sure that they have no idea what I'm talking about, and like be like,
It's like,
I don't know.
remember, it's like, oh, I love that when it's like you get to a point and then like it's a clear memory in your head, but then we like you try to tell it to the people that it happened to, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. Like, are you sure that happened? Like, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I got pushed into a wall once, and my brother denied it for like 20 years, and then finally admitted it, and like everyone was just like, like I still remember getting blamed for that for years. And it's like,
Like, I've been
fuck
trying
you.
to explain to you guys that this happened, and no one wanted to be like, oh yeah, no, your brother probably did that. Yeah. We don't
Just,
remember it, but your brother probably did it. Yeah.
yeah, it's like 20 years after that, like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Right? We're just
Oh
gonna
god.
gaslight you for 20 years and hope that everything turns out okay.
Oh god, that's probably why I empathize with the term gas. Like I kind of because I've had it happen for so long, and then like you get a name for it, and it's like, yes, I latched onto it. Please tell me I wasn't just like going insane.
Going
Like this is a
crazy.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
God, fuck. Just like,
Right.
well, I guess people have been gaslighting Barbie for like 30 years, so it's
It's
like,
true. It's true. Yeah, because like looking at it now, I'm like, wait, what was the issue? What was the issue?
there was no issue. It was
There
just
was,
people
yeah,
like people needed something to rile against, and just Barbie
yeah.
was just the
Barbie was an
unfortunate
easy
victim of it.
target. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Very
Wait, what?
like Barbie was ubiquitous, and so that pissed people off. Like, wait, what?
Okay, so this isn't about the 90s, but just like I just like looked something up. There was a Barbie that was like Darth Vader based, and I'm not gonna lie, it just looks like the Baroness.
Hmm.
Like, if I could,
Yeah, if you
it's
want
gonna
to.
be really hard to get the picture, but like, yeah, like literally, it like all I can see is just the Baroness from GI Joe, which I guess makes a certain amount of sense because like that was basically what that version was. But like,
Right.
I mean, the sad part is like Baroness was also like
Oh,
probably
yeah.
my favorite. Like,
See, now that seems like one of the adult collection Barbies.
more
Like,
than likely.
right. Because, like, there is no way that a child is like, that's my favorite. That's the one I want. Like, it just, this screams collector to me.
Yeah,
and,
well, I
and
mean,
I think that
literally
it's
in the
good
description
because
of
of
it,
the details.
can I also say like this looks exactly like what name Mrs. White from Clue because
Um,
like her face like reminds me exactly of that, or Catwoman from back in the Adam West show. Like it does look like Catwoman or
oh,
not.
yeah. It's that,
Like
like,
just with
shiny plastic clothing.
I was talking about the face because if you
Okay.
look at her
Oh, the
like if
face.
you look at yeah, I'll uh,
Yeah.
come on.
Sorry.
Come on,
Okay.
come on, come on. I know you don't want to. I know you want to, computer, but you need to. Like, I need to prove that. Like, I'm not just like, because what was her name? It wasn't Earth the Kid, because that wasn't
Because
like.
that was the, yeah. I mean, she definitely has like the pouty lips to like have the attitude. Oh yeah.
What was her name?
Yep.
Let me see. There's like no a couple actresses. Julie Newmar. Yeah, she has
Uh,
Julie Newmar energy.
she does.
A little like it's not the hair because that's more like the hair
Right,
is more
but
like
like
a
it's
different
the
style.
the face. Yeah.
Is definitely more in the
Definitely like a really cool like smoky eye there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
If I were like back in the day, like I was a little more like comfortable with myself and everything. Oh, this would be the Barbie I got. Like this would absolutely be the Barbie I got.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
like
know. I wonder what Barbie I would want.
uh,
Oh, Beetlejuice Barbie. That's the one
yeah.
I want. That's the collector one. That's like $200 and something. Like I'm like, it's just for the outfit. It's just for the outfit. Like the doll obviously doesn't matter. That outfit on it, like, any other Barbie, fine, whatever. But like, no, Beetlejuice Barbie.
Actually, you know what I would want? I now that I'm thinking about it, paranormal investigator Barbie. Like that'd be the one I want, where it's like she's trying to like figure shit out, because that'd be interesting to see like how what direction they would go in. Like would they go
I
like
got you.
the hunter route in like supernatural, or would they go like legit paranormal investigator, or
Okay.
turn into Velma?
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's a number of ways you can do it, but just
Yeah,
I would
there
love to
are.
see like paranormal investigator Barbie. That'd probably be the one I want. Or we go politically incorrect Barbie and just be like, let's see what you can come up with. I'm curious.
There was,
Just
I believe, I want to say it was a Photoshop studio out of, like, I think San Francisco. Um, oh my gosh, where is the real? Okay, no, 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 there it is. God damn it, on Pinterest. I think that there was this and basically a Photoshop uh oh my gosh, my brain, studio out of San Francisco that used to be like, I think they made Trailer Trash Barbie. Yeah,
I could see that.
yeah. All
I
right.
mean, it comes across like one of those Saturday Night Live bits,
Right. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
no, I could absolutely see it. Like they come up with that. I mean, I'd buy it. Oh yeah, I found it. I think I found it.
Okay, you did.
Yeah, I think I did. Uh, and oh god, is it like it's on point.
It's on point.
Like it is
Good.
absolutely on point.
Wait, which one did you find?
Trailer Park.
Oh, yes, yes.
I mean, there's different versions of it. Like
There's
actually,
different
like
versions of it. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, there's one that's like got the Daisy Dukes. There's one that's like very
I
pregnant.
think the Daisy Dukes one is what I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, here it is actually. Like that was like I think that one was like a Pinterest edit, but this one like looks too real.
Oh, gotcha.
Like this one looks like an actual like toy that was like created and sold and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did they came up with an Exorcist Barbie?
They did. Jesus. I just sent you one
Yeah,
that was the Beetlejuice
yeah.
one.
This I would absolutely want this.
Right?
Like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, it doesn't even have to like be about the Beetlejuice thing. It's just like in terms of like a horror, like glam horror makeup. Like this is just.
Right? And the
Uh,
hair. Yeah.
oh yeah, the Bride of Frankenstein hair is the shit. But I
Yeah.
love the honestly, it's the whole outfit for me. Like
Right?
it's just.
It's the whole outfit. Yeah.
I just love it.
There is a toy store in New York City, of course, FAO Schwartz, and
Yep,
like I saw this Barbie at FAO Schwartz.
that's insane. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
and
I
I was
believe
like,
it because FAO Schwartz just it comes up with
right,
some of the best stuff.
right, and
Like
it has a whole Barbie selection, and yeah, I think this was one of, that's why I was like, this is the one. If I'm gonna start collecting, this is probably the first one. You know.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
I do have to
absolutely.
say, there is a YouTuber. She is so funny and quirky. I love her. I love her. She has done a couple of things with Barbie, and one of them is that for I think the last like 3 or 4 years, she has made the holiday Barbie outfit for herself.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. She
I'm gonna have
is,
to look this up later.
again, somehow, like, it's one of those things that on YouTube comes up for me, like, occasionally they're like, hey, do you want to watch some Barbie stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I'll watch some Barbie
Is it
stuff.
Makara Tours? I don't know if that's pronouncing it right, but like I'm seeing it. It's like she came up with like the 2020 gold dress. She came up
Yes.
with like the velvet one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to
Yes.
watch this.
Yes. She also just redid her car, and or so she bought a car so that she could redo it, and a scooter in like Barbie theme. So that
Yeah,
like that pink. Yeah, I mean I guess there's a lot of different pinks that go with Barbie, but like yeah, there's
I
just
don't think you can say there's like one iconic pink for Barbie at this point. I
right.
think there's like
There's a bunch. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's safe to say like much like Barbie, there's like just there's multiple ways to come about it. Like there's
Yes.
not just like the one aspect to it. Like
Yeah.
by the way, I can't unsee just like the boy band in this. Like I found Glitter Beach Ken
Oh,
and
oh.
it just number one like I'm
Yes.
getting like eight.
Oh my
I
god.
hate using this. I hate using this term, but it's like yeah, I'm getting like
90s
that.
vibes. It's not.
Yeah, like 90.
Oh, oh.
It
This
also
is.
looks like a boy band member.
He looks like he had real hair because, like, every other time he didn't have real hair.
No, it was all
Um,
foreign plastic.
he. Oh my god. He looks like someone who's ready to go out to the gay bar tonight.
Thank you. I was about to say that he looks like a traditional '80s stereotype gay man, and I kind of love it for that because just it. I know what they're trying to go for. I
Yeah.
know what they were trying to go for was like the beach theme of everything, but just
Right, and they probably just didn't want to give him like shorts. They're like, who's gonna just buy shorts? But
no,
like,
let's put him in a top. But it has to be, you know,
yeah,
why did it have to be it's a mesh top
it's
and just okay. Can we just he is a beard. Like like
he's a
like
beard.
he is
He's a
gay.
beard.
Like I'm sorry, as much as I want to be like progressive and everything, like some things happen for a reason. Ken was gay.
Yep.
Like as no matter how much my leanings are or where I stand up on the spectrum,
Right.
Ken has always come across as gay, and
Yeah.
honestly, just I'm fine with it. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
I just really wish that they had at some point stopped saying, "Oh, he's Barbie's boyfriend." No, she's not.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
Barbie's friend, and that's all good.
Barbie can date whoever the hell she wants because I'm pretty sure she's probably pan or something like that. It's more about personality. But Ken, oh my god, with everything that he decides to wear, and yes, he decides to wear these. I have to believe that he gay. If he's not gay, he is just heavily leaning towards men, and just this stuff does not help. I also have to believe maybe this was also like a lean into like, you know, here's your acceptance of queer culture is Ken.
Right.
And I really hope that is the case.
It was like he was gay coded. Like it was like
yeah,
Ken, the fashion doll.
Mm-hmm. Not just like a representation for. I would love it like that because then it's like it was an intentional choice and they were trying to show that in a respectful manner because he wasn't like flaming stereotypes. Like he just dressed flamboyantly.
Yeah.
Like his personality was actually kind of meek for the most part, from what I remember.
Right.
I have to believe that. I'm choosing to believe that because otherwise, like life is just very sad after that. And they thought they were making someone butch.
Yeah, I think also there was a controversy at that point about one of the Ken dolls having an earring, and
yes, it was earring Ken, and
yes.
They really did love to put controversy in front of everything, didn't they?
They really did. They really did. Yeah.
It's sad on so many
levels. Think. I mean, I'm an '80s child, but like I think one of my birthdays in the '80s was a Barbie themed birthday because I do remember having a Barbie cake. And I think there was a candle on there that was Barbie. It's a Barbie candle. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was if I remember right, like they had actors that came on for like birthdays that like would play characters. I'm wondering if they ever had like
they did. Yeah.
I'm just really wondering if like someone decided to like do the Barbie Ken thing. And I'm just wondering like why
like
how
how would you do
that?
The ice skating. Barbie on
Yeah.
Ice.
Oh, that's right, Barbie on Ice.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't believe I completely forgot about Barbie on Ice.
Barbie on Ice. I went to Barbie on Ice.
I never went to any of those shows, but I always saw the commercials for it, and I was just always like, "Oh my god, this stuff looks so cool!" And God, was that always the thing? Was like we're gonna eventually get to the point where like everything has like an ice skating show on it.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, we almost got there. I think. I think that's now. You know what? That probably could make a revival.
Where the hell? I thought I know those commercials for it. I remember back when I was a kid, they had something along those like, wow, Barbie has changed. Like,
right? Yeah.
No, because now I'm seeing like Barbies now. Well, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This is someone making like better versions of the outfits for Barbie, and like I'm seeing like Black Cat from Marvel, Chanel, Jessica Rabbit, like Goth Barbie, and it's like the outfits are much better. But I'm trying to find the commercials for like Barbie on Ice, and just I'm not finding them, and I don't know if it's just because like wow, how do we never get like this? Hawaiian Ice Party Barbie, where she came with
a
an
Hawaiian Ice machine.
with a Hawaiian ice maker.
Oh my god.
Like,
okay, I'm just gonna just make the joke. So this was just the beginning of like all of the women who like woo like margaritas.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Like this was like the moms who got this were like, "Oh, that's cool. Hey, honey, I'm going to borrow this real quick," and then like proceeds to just like use it
was
like
the
for
tequila moms, the margarita moms.
I mean, it was like, oh no, the blender's out again, even though you broke it like from like overuse. Like, oh honey, I'm gonna borrow your doll, or better yet, they play the tea party thing and like just sneak in like a little bit of like booze into their drink just to like get through. I feel so terrible, but like I feel terrible about it, but not completely.
Okay. I'm taking everything in and like I'm just thinking about oh my god, MC Hammer also had a doll that was like basically like a Ken doll but it was obviously MC Hammer with all of the fashion that he had. And I'm just thinking like, okay, so we talked about Vanilla Ice and we talked about he got played out and like then after a while it was like popular to hate on, Vanilla Ice. Same thing happened to Hammer. It seems like same thing happened to like maybe Barbie, like that she got so popular that like then it was like,
yeah, oversaturated.
Yeah,
I think
oversaturated because I'm just like, and there were the sheets and there were, the like the accessories too, but like also the lunch boxes and the t-shirts and like and the shoes and all of this stuff that like I'm sure that after a while it was just like I'm oversaturated, this is played out, I can't do this. And then it was like the late 90s and everyone was like hating on everything from the early 90s.
Well, I think of it like in the same way like everything we've said and more importantly I think of it as when I said like there was an entire Barbie aisle.
Yes.
And the thing is like it literally was filled to the brim with like various Barbies, like every single Barbie you can think of, from like water gun Barbie to I don't know, Dr. Barbie to the holiday special Barbies and everything else, and it was like you said, it was oversaturated. But the thing is, I think it was meant to be oversaturated because like you could literally do anything with these dolls. Like you could put them in any situation, and it was just change the packaging, but it's the same basic doll.
Right.
So they had the liberty of going out at that, and I think mostly it was just to test the limits, like just to see how far they could go with it.
Yeah.
Because I think one of the things about the '90s that most people I think kind of forget is just it was about excess. Like the '90s had a very amount of like going as far as possible. And I think that's kind of like the trend of it for Barbie is that it really did go into excess. Like it
Yeah.
just decided to throw everything at the wall and see what stuck, up to and including the movies and the TV shows and the lunchboxes and the food. I think there was toothpaste at one point for
Oh yeah, there
Barbie.
was. Yeah.
Like it's just like I
I
think
mean,
there's
and
vitamins for
also, I
Barbie.
mean,
So
thinking about the women who, sorry, people who are really into Barbie now, like makes me think that like it was so easy to just kind of immerse yourself into being the Barbie girl, you know. So then like now it's these women, god damn it, these people who like are like, okay, this color of pink, and everything has to be this color, and I'm gonna be, like feminine, but maybe even ultra feminine, and like all these things that are like, and everything I do, it's this pink, and that like, and it's like, oh yeah, because maybe when they were growing up, this was kind of the thing, to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I absolutely agree. Like that,
Yeah.
it. I mean like I would also like point out like in terms of like exposure to all this, like the idea of like the color scheme, and I think that is something that people get like I think lose in terms of the 90s, or at least
Yeah.
like it's one of those things that people like point out, but it's very easy to miss. Was
Yeah.
very bright and exuberant and just like colorful, where like it was all about the neon yellows and like the neon greens and pinks. And I think the pink is something that I think people get lost on because
Yeah.
it is a very bright color and just
Right.
it did expose it had a lot of exposure in the world at that point, and I think that is something that can't be overlooked. Is just with the oversaturation, that color, that idea of it being more accepted and everything, I think can't be overlooked. Which I'm gonna take as like it was an unforeseen consequence because I don't
Yeah.
think it was intentional,
No,
but I think it it embedded itself into people's
it
minds
did. I think. Yeah.
because one of the things you think of in the 90s is just that hot pink.
Yeah.
Like if you remember
The
like Back to the Future
colors.
2,
Yeah.
like Back to the Future 2, like the skateboard which was the pink, like it was I don't think it was intentional of like connecting it to Barbie, but just when you think of the 90s or think of that kind of like idea of like being retro and all that, one of the things is either checkerboard patterns, neon yellow, and pink. And pink overtakes, I think, a lot of that because it just contrasts with everything so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is me reaching and putting too much into it because I overthink the hell out of everything.
Oh, gotcha.
But I also think I have a point. But you know,
I mean,
I
I think this podcast is kind of for that, where it's like, no, 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 let's overthink this, like, let's make these connections. Like, isn't that interesting?
well, I mean, yeah, because I think by like mentally, one of the things we have to look at is just how these kind of eras affected the world around them. And the thing is, with the excess of this, a lot more became accepted, and now we have like a larger array of rights for everybody, and everyone has a more open idea of how to come about everything.
Yeah.
And I don't think it can be overlooked that there was something about Barbie that had an effect on people. Now, again, I don't think it was supposed to be intentional because a lot of this is just, I don't think a good portion of this was meant to like affect it the way people got affected
Right.
by it. But that doesn't change the fact that it had this kind of reaction. And yeah, for better or worse, you had the people that like overthought of like, oh, this product is like it's going to damage women's ideas, and it's going to do X Y Z, even though it really didn't. And I'll be one of the first people to say I think it did more good than bad.
Oh, gotcha.
But like, I don't know. Like, I think it had an effect across the board, men, women, everything in between. I think it had an effect on all of us, and I think it was for the better because it made I think it helped question a lot of what femininity is, and I think it questioned a lot of like what media can depict in terms of like what can be seen as a good story for women. Because
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah, because back then like a lot of them, like you said, like in terms of like the Barbie stuff, it became like very like going back to the video game, it was just like, how can I impress Ken? Oh, let me get dressed and everything. Now it's more of now they actually have to have a story. It's not just you know, vapid women stuff. Or a
Right.
better way to put this, I think, is like '90s super. No, sorry, the early '90s Supergirl movie. That's the
Yeah.
best way I can put it. Like, because that was made without any idea of what Supergirl was supposed to be.
Mm. Oh gosh.
It was literally just a softer Superman is what kind of came across in that one,
Yeah.
where it was
Yeah.
like, oh, here's a witch, here's a crystal. I mean, she's just as strong as Superman, but she's just she's quirky.
Yeah.
Like that's it. She's basically Superman but quirky, as opposed to now where there's a more in-depth study
Yeah,
of,
like a
of
character. Yeah, not
yeah,
just like this is Superman, but like Superman light, but like feminine. Like,
yeah,
oh,
like that's the idea. Like
yeah,
that's the strongest idea I can give is just it's not about it being a gender swap of Superman. It's this is a different character with her own motivations and her own story and everything. Now, I have my own opinions about the Supergirl series, so I'm just gonna
oh,
not get into
yeah,
it because I'm not too big of a fan of it. I like the comic version of Supergirl better because at
yeah,
least then there's like a difference of character, and she actually comes across as an alien. But that's just me.
yeah,
But I still say that the contrast between the '90s Supergirl movie and the current Supergirl is like night and day. Like
right,
there's a she's still feminine, but there's more to her than just being a woman. Like
right,
it's just there
right.
is a person behind that.
Sorry, I just
Not
watched
to
some
say.
things about like Sailor Moon, and I'm like, that's probably, but yeah, like,
Oh no.
yeah,
Like
but like
Sailor Moon's in a different ballpark altogether because I love Sailor
totally.
Moon.
What I was gonna say before I thought of that was about how like I think we have like a better idea of like going back to kind of like there's the children's dolls, and then there's like the collectible dolls, and
Yeah,
like there's adult collectors of dolls, and like now we have that distinction, whereas like I think it would have been kind of confusing in the 90s had like FAO Schwartz had all of these different types of, adult collector Barbies compared to like, no, this is a Barbie you buy and you play with it, you know. And they maybe they did at that point, but like it just kind of got lost in the shuffle. But like, as I showed with like, and as you're showing also with like, this Darth Vader type of Barbie, and like the Beetlejuice Barbie, that I'm just like, there's clearly like this is not something that I would have played with. Like I would have been like, no, no, don't give me that. Like I don't want it. I don't want to play with that. That's not interesting to me. And like I have the Beetlejuice Barbie up now, and like she has like knee high boots that lace up. You know, I
yeah,
I don't want to play with those as a kid, but like it, it's like, I mean, it's a great aesthetic as an adult. Like I appreciate everything about this, but yeah, not something I would have
yeah.
like
As a
picked up.
child, like you're not gonna look at it and think, oh, absolutely, I want this. Like,
Right.
I mean, I think part of it is also is just developmentally, like we all have an idea of like what we like and what we don't like, and I think over time it just develops into something more. Like obviously, no one's gonna really completely understand like Tim Burton or horror movies or stuff like that initially,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something there that they'll agree with, and then over time, like our perception of things, changes, and then we start to agree with that. With like, oh, I really like that now.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I was very much a boy's boy. Like I was, all about action figures and all this other stuff. But now I'm finding I'm more gentle, and like I will actually gravitate towards like the Barbies and like that kind of Beetlejuice aesthetic of like, I mean, God, I want that outfit so bad because I
Right.
just keep looking at it right now. God, I just, God,
Right. That is a man. That is a sweet fucking outfit. I'd wear that outfit. You'd wear that.
yeah, I,
What I'm
oh,
thinking is like,
we
wouldn't it
both
be
would wear that
fun?
outfit.
Yeah, wouldn't it be fun to
God,
like have like a Barbie night where it's like come as Barbie, like
like, okay, I'll come as Barbie. Here's the
right?
FAO Schwartz Barbie.
Yeah, here's the
That's not
FBO
what we're
Schwartz
talking
Barbie.
about.
Yeah,
It's like you did not specify a time
Which one?
period. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and I think that's the good part is like you could go like, okay, love burn it, and it's literally whatever you can think of. Like you
Right.
can go like bright neon colors, or you can go with sleepy time, or just there's
Yeah.
a number of ways you can go about it.
Yeah.
Like there's no right or wrong answer,
It really isn't.
aside from like let me dress up like a Viking. Like even then, I think you could probably like make it
Yeah, you
work.
probably yeah, you could probably find that. Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't think it's out there, but I'm sure there's like a fan made like Viking Barbie where she's
Oh
like a sword maiden or dressed up like Valkyrie from
yeah.
Marvel and just God, now I just want to see that as just a sword maiden like
Yeah.
Barbie that just like destroy that. God, that sounds fun. That sounds great the more I think about
There
it.
was uh there there was I think a line of international Barbies.
Yes, there
Um
were.
yes. Okay. This is what
There
you're
was
getting at. Yeah.
yeah, there's Russian Barbie, there was Portugal a
Yeah.
Spanish Barbie.
Yeah.
I know there was one because my sister had the Spanish one. I think there was something I don't know
I
what
think there
the
was a Chinese one and a Japanese one.
more than likely. I mean,
Yeah. So yeah,
let's see.
Barbie's been everything, including
Oh, there's even Slavic Barbie. I didn't even know that. What? No, is that Slavic? No, I'm sorry. That's Oh God, I'm gonna get her name wrong. Oh, Frida Kahlo. Yep. Like
oh yeah, that came out.
or
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. This is like from the Inspiring Women Lounge. I think might have been like a different time period, but still.
I mean, I think that might have been recently.
Yeah. Oh, but I did find it right here. There's like German, Irish, and Scottish Barbie. Even though like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah,
But it's like traditional dress, like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's very traditional. I think these are more of the traditional. Like these are the more on point ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's like they have like Polynesian Barbie and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like for
like I
me,
think
it's interesting because like these are probably technically collectibles, right? But like they're
yeah.
not so expensive that you couldn't play with them.
No, no, absolutely not. Like, and I think that's the best idea to do at this point is just
Yeah.
avoid like the idea of them being like obviously the more expensive ones and stuff like that. Yeah, go ahead and like collect those out. But I think
Right.
like stuff like this from like the '90s where it's like had so much saturation that they're just like all over the place. I think you can get away with opening up the box and playing with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
just
think a
found
Swiss
I just
Barbie.
found International Travel Barbie where she's
I'm just interested in how Barbie dresses for international travel.
it's it's I mean
It is what it is. Hold on.
it's basically a jacket with like all the different nations
Oh,
on it
oh my
and a white
god.
hat.
I would want to go as this if there was like a Barbie party.
I mean, I think you can probably get a print of the jacket. Like it
Yeah.
does.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You just need like to
I
get like those hard
yeah.
suitcases and just, like spray paint it neon pink.
If
But I
there
can see it
was
happening.
yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. If there wasn't one that already existed, yeah. And then I'd probably if I was gonna make the dress, I'd probably like put some sort of like Barbie like logo on it somewhere or like buy
oh yeah,
like
like
a
the
Barbie
bee.
pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, just like get the bee on it, like the
Yeah.
pattern for like the bee the symbol, and then just like spray
Yes.
paint it on.
Yeah. Does she have like is that like a blanket or something that like in the background where it's like she has her ticket and then oh you know what
I
that's
don't
probably one of
know.
those like put the coat in and like put it
Oh
up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the shield. Like I
Yeah.
don't know what you call it, like the dress shield or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's absolutely what it is.
Yeah. That is so funny.
God, it's and then like I keep finding like all these or like international ones and like
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them credit. The Asian one, the Asian Barbie, the, they actually tried to make it look not offensive. So I'll give them credit on that
Gotcha.
front.
Right.
It actually looks like
The attempts were made on this one.
yeah, like I mean I'll give them even more credit than that. Like it actually looks like appealing and also looks like like a person of Asian descent to a
Right.
certain degree. Like obviously they're going to take liberties because they have to still because obviously it would have to take an entire redesign of the entire doll to do that, and it's just way too expensive
Right.
to
Right.
do that kind of thing for mass production. But yeah, no, it's absolutely like it's better than stuff in the past probably has been,
Right.
or at least like it's. I mean, it's not the 70s or 60s. They could have gotten a lot worse, to be honest. Like then
That's
Mickey,
true.
they could have got Mickey Rooney level from
Oh
Breakfast Club
God.
on this.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I'll give credit where credit is due.
Yep. Hello, meet
God,
Barbie from Hong Kong. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, to not call her
and
Chinese is like, I mean, I guess she wouldn't be like it's kind of a she's from Hong Kong. That's they. I mean, good on them that they didn't want to get into that controversy.
yeah. I mean, at least they specified a city, so I think that's
Yes.
probably like the safest bet. Like, I mean, they could have
Agreed.
also gone to like Japan or something, but I mean, I think it's nice that they went there. Like,
Right.
at least they're trying,
They're
but like,
trying. Yeah, attempts were
I
made.
mean,
Yeah.
it could like obviously there was like landmines that you could have stepped on in this regard, but uh, they wanted to avoid that as much as they possibly could,
Yeah,
and I
and I
think they
think
did.
I mean, I was gonna say, Hong Kong was probably still an independent city at that point, but I'm like, ooh, I don't know if it was. So I don't, yeah,
And I'm just like I'm going through this like all different Barbies, and like I'm coming across like the most kind of like the one I've found so far is like Teacher Barbie,
Oh
where
yeah,
like she looks like Miss Frizzle. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know, like I don't know why like they did this. Like, but the one that like I think like I laugh at the most is just Working Out Barbie, where it's literally like the only extra piece you get is a cassette tape. Because this dates it about as hard as you possibly
that
can.
is
Because
true.
just my God, just like the outfit is dated, obviously, but like I could see people today wearing this. Like it's stretch leggings and everything. Like that's not the problem.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
just
Yeah,
it's the
it's
Walkman and cassette tape
it's the
that like
cassette tape. Yeah,
just like I have to laugh at
it's funny because
as
this looks like it's from the like late '90s. This doesn't even look like early '90s. Oh my
it
god, it's
probably
amazing.
was. Let me get a quick look on 96.
Mm.
Apparently, she was more flexible in
Yeah,
certain
apparently she
points.
was more flexible.
Which I mean, I don't.
Oh my
You know what?
god, there was a Barbie workout video.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
I know what I'm looking up now. Well, I mean, you can't just say Barbie workout video and not like, oh God, who like number one? Who do they get in this?
Yeah.
Who did what? Like, did they get someone to play Barbie or like?
I Ooh,
Oh
I think it was digital?
no,
No.
I think they did stop motion with the Barbie, and then like they had what do you call it, the Richard Simmons style like dancing to the 90s kind of like
Mhm.
motif. But I think what they did was the doll moved
Oh,
by
gotcha.
stop motion.
Yeah.
Like let me look it up. Cause I gotta look up clips of this now. Like this, well, the whole video is on YouTube. So like
Oh my
if
god. Do you want me to
so
look
if you
that
want to
up?
check it, oh God.
Okay. Oh no.
Um,
Did you start it?
I
Did you?
so she moves as in like I thought. So my initial thought was that it was going to be like they posed her
Yeah.
and like it would just be quick cuts from that. No, they go full stop motion with a Barbie doll.
Wow.
Like it moves like a Harryhausen movie.
Oh no. Okay.
It moves like Clash of the Titans.
Well, let's see. I have the 1992
Yeah, so you
Dance
can watch.
with Barbie. Oh, 1991.
It's 91. Yeah,
91. Oh my
yeah.
god.
I think I just showed it to you,
Okay.
and just like the
Okay.
workout stuff is fine. Like
Yeah.
it's your average 90s workout video in spandex, so it's like,
Right. Yeah.
but
I would think of
God,
it
I'm
as like a
I'm
little bit more gentle. Gentle? than like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's less aggressive cardio. I think like that's what it's
probably,
coming across to
yeah.
me as. But just and then like in sporadically as I'm looking through it, there's just moments of Barbie going stop motion, and then
Oh, yeah.
oh my god, it's so like jarring. And I'm not gonna lie, it really does come across. If you've ever watched the movie Tales from the Hood, and the one
Oh
story
no.
is with like all the dolls,
Yeah.
it comes across like that kind of motion because the face does not move at all, and it's just you want the face to move or do something, but just she's just
Oh
frozen in that
yeah, I
one
see what you're
facial
saying.
state,
Yeah.
and just oh my
Oh
god,
my
like
God,
it's
with the
fluid.
hair.
I'll give them that. Like the stop motion is kind of fluid, but
Right.
oh my god, does it not like the uncanny valley level of uncomfortable is there.
Right. Definitely. Oh my God.
Jesus
What
Christ.
does this woman have on the front of her like little exercise
That
thing?
weird shine that's in the front of her, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know. It's distracting.
It
Like
is
it
distracting. Like how did I mean, I
like
vaguely remember this. Oh my God. Oh my God. I
okay,
can't.
so I'm going to guess that that is a leotard design where
Yeah.
that shiny bit is supposed to be like an underpants kind of thing because if you look
Right.
at like a lot of the other outfits on the girls,
Yeah.
like it comes off like a leotard with like leggings.
Yeah.
But the problem is like the shininess of the material on
Right.
that lead
Just
person
yeah.
is just
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my
just
God.
it looks inappropriate.
It does.
That's all I can really say. Is just
Yeah.
it looks inappropriate. It's distracting. I'm almost gonna say it's upsetting in
Right.
an unoffensive way, but just like I can't
Oh
take my
yeah, I see
eyes
what you're
away
saying with
from
that
it.
shine. Yeah.
It's just it keeps drawing your eye to it
Right. Right to it.
weirdly.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't bad enough, you have like the High School Musical backdrop
Yeah.
of
Oh my
like a
God.
random palm tree
Palm
thing,
trees. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
like
I just
and
wonder
then
if any
and then
of these little girls actually knew each other or if they were like
oh
if
no
they became
no
friends
no
like afterwards, they like
no
jumped on stage like, "Oh, we're kind of friendly." And like,
no
"No."
no.
Like,
If I've learned anything from Hollywood, if I've learned anything from um casting and like the like
that
child
they had no
actor like
idea.
market, oh
Yeah.
no, none of these women are friends.
Yep.
All of them are acting, and my God, did they all hate each other then? And I'm fairly certain they hate each other now. Maybe less so now,
Right.
but God, there was venom spewing at each of them, mostly from their parents. Because wow, I'm just coming up with a fan fiction in my head
Oh
now,
my
where it's
gosh.
like I can see the parents just like sniping at each other, and then like the kids have to like go through it, and they're like in the back of their minds, they're just like, why am I doing this? I
Right.
just want to be in the Disney Channel. I
Right.
tried out
I
for
just wanted to make
I
it big. Like I just wanted to act a little bit.
I tried out for the Mickey Mouse Club, but I got beaten out by Justin Timberlake.
Right, exactly.
Because
There's
a
a
lot of this,
there's a girl in this that has like a little tutu and like
yeah,
the like hot. I'm like, oh my God, I think I wore a similar outfit. Like,
uh,
oh
like she's the
God, here
only
comes
one.
the
There's two of them. There's two of them with tutus. Because like
yeah,
there's one girl with like a black with a green tutu,
yeah.
and then there's another one with like a pink. And
It's
it,
the
would
pink.
you
Yeah,
please stop cutting to the Barbie doll moving? Like
yeah.
please, this like you have enough there. Like it would have been fine in the beginning, and then the rest of the video just be like
Right.
them
This, but like,
exercising, but
why
just
is Barbie coming in and being like, look at my hair, just like moving and all of this
why
stuff?
is her hair like oh my god.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's the
now I'm
weird
just,
uncanny valley. Like it's weird. Yeah.
why do I keep coming back to like the parents in the background and they're just like I don't know if you've ever watched like Dance Moms, but like that's
Yeah.
my immediate thought is just like every single mom is behind the camera and just staring daggers at
Right.
these young women and just like you better
Well,
not fuck
I
this
can.
up.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine, like, that, like, so she, like, the instructor blocks the kids a little bit, And like I can only imagine afterward, like the parents being so mad because like
Oh yeah.
it what like you know there's like
Oh yeah, the one
she
in the
blocked.
like immediate back and the with the
Yes.
green outfit. Oh yeah, her mom's pissed.
Oh yeah, her mom is so like, yeah, like you blocked my child. You blocked. How many times are you gonna block my child? And she got
I'm
no
sorry.
screen time.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm also just looking and like it's really obvious that they're not too coordinated because that woman, that girl in back, is trying like hell not to run into the lead woman
Right.
and just like I think they might have overcasted for this.
It looks like they overcast. Yeah. Like there's too many
But
kids.
like you needed like 5,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
maybe
You just
6.
needed 5. And usually, like now, what they do is like, oh, here's like if you can't do this, here's someone who is doing a modified version of this in case like yeah.
And I literally like in my head, I just came up with a better version of this where they like split them into 2 groups and you just cut between the 2,
Right.
so that way like everyone has a chance to be on camera like fully. It wouldn't take that much. It'd just be like half a day of you spend half the day film. Girl almost ran into the lead actress. One of the
Oh,
little
and there's
moments.
Barbie. Yeah.
Like all you had to do is like cut into 2 groups, Group A and Group B.
Right.
Group A for like 5 minutes, Group B for 10 minutes,
Right.
or vice
Yeah, and
versa.
I mean, it looks like there's older girls and then there's the younger girls. So like, yeah, like go to like, you know, this other stuff. Yeah.
I'm like now we're just like watching this and
Right.
just all I can think of is like reviewing this like mostly YouTube does because God. And then the lead actress is just looking behind, trying like hell not to run into that girl in the back.
Right. Oh, they made her move back. They were like, "Hey, you gotta move. You gotta be back."
Oh no! The director was nice about it. The director was just, "Hey, honey, can you just please just like keep on point and then make sure you don't run into the woman in front."
Right.
But then the moms in back are just like, "Kristen, you fucking get better coordinated.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking murder you when you get home. Do you want to succeed in this world? Then get your shit." Like just
Right.
it'll be like
I
that
can
for
tell
hours.
that this has been edited because of where that girl in the blue is like on the star. Like sometimes she's like closer, and then sometimes she's like near the point of it. So, but like, yeah, I can imagine that. Like, yeah, like her mom is like, "No, you do that." Like, okay, mom, I'm trying. And then like the director's like, "No, go stand here, stand here, stand here. Shut up, stand here." Like don't confuse the child. I'm the director here. Yeah.
I'm sorry, just like, and then they switch to like the front view where it's a straight dead shot across the center where the girl in the hot pink is like right in the middle,
Yeah.
and everyone else is blocked out, but you still see the woman in back's legs, and it's so poorly done as a video, as like a moment, and it's just why they did not care.
They did not care.
The people who headed this did not. I mean, I'm sure this made a crap ton of money.
Oh yeah, it did.
I have no doubt, but just in a vacuum, looking at it as like a production,
right?
It's terrible.
They did not care. They did not.
No, if one of these actresses like actually got any roles after this, I applaud them because God, looking at this like. If I was like your atypical like Hollywood like casting, I wouldn't give a shit. I mean, I know better because like obviously this was production's problem. Like this was all a production faux pas, but God. Yeah. And I just keep watching this because I find more and more wrong with it the more I watch it.
It is remarkable. Oh
like,
my God.
Like viewer, you'd have to really like find this and really like check it out to get the full like impact of what we're talking about because it really is just
on the screen at this time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I don't know what moment's playing, unfortunately, because I can't see it, but I'm just going to tell you right now, like coming at it from my perspective as I'm watching it, all I can think over and over and over again is just, oh my! Like, if you ever watched Red Letter Media and Best of the Worst, this is one of the movies on the Wheel of the Worst, and I can see everyone just mocking the hell out of this from a production standpoint because all I can think of is like the casting director just like gets like so much pressure from the moms,
Yeah.
and just like the mothers are just like either bribing, and I'm gonna get real disgusting. Like they probably threatened him too, like
Oh yeah.
with
Oh yeah.
like out the ass for shit. It's not even like the aerobics are that good.
Right.
Like it's like you said, like
It's
it's low
very
impact,
yeah, low impact.
but just
Yeah.
I hate to say this, it comes across like you ever watch like old like elderly people like dancing to the oldies where they're like
Oh yeah, yeah.
barely moving. Now they have more energy than that, but it feels like it's almost the same routine.
Right, right. Oh, I was gonna say, I think we're about at the same point in the video because like you mentioned stuff and like I can see it, so I'm like, okay, I think yeah, like we're at the same point. So like as far as like consistency, like it'll definitely be there.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good at least. But
yeah,
yeah, like the
yeah,
backdrop, like
yeah.
the painted ass flat
Oh my
backdrop,
yeah,
like it just looks. It looks like a reject of Dancing with the Oldies with Richard Simmons. Like there's no other way to say it.
yeah.
Like it just is like it's pillars and bright colors and then just palm trees for no reason other than they're just there.
I wonder
And
if
then
they
Barbie keeps coming back and it's
yeah.
upsetting.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
I expect Pupper Master to show up and
Sure, yeah.
the drill sergeant to come out because it's viewer, it's full moon level of animation where you're just expecting that doll to throw itself out on a person and then start tearing apart its face.
Right, right. I wonder how many takes that
Or
cost.
Leech Woman.
I
Like
mean,
just
I wonder if this was like on one of those sound stages that like where they also did like the Home Shopping Network, you know, because like
I think this might be a little bit bigger because obviously they have like a crane cam,
right,
like it might be a little bit. No, I think it probably could be.
yeah. But like, where is this Barbie carpet now? Because I mean that is like the bee is a little like washed out, but like I mean otherwise like there's someone who first of all had to design that, and
Oh
second
my
of
god,
all like
I
where
didn't
is
notice the
it?
bee.
Yeah,
I did not notice the bee at all. I just thought it was a star. Oh my god! Like
right,
that. This is the problem with this. Like I said with the overcasting, if you had less people and you had more space available, yeah, I could absolutely tell that there was a bee
right.
on that. But just the choreography, like how like put together they are, is so distracting.
It
It
really is.
really is.
Yeah,
Because now, and again, like this comes back to like the mom thing, and I can't let it go. All I think back to is like the rehearsals for this that they were doing like all over the place, and just all I can think of is just like the hell stares coming out of these like aspiring actress moms that are way past their prime,
oh
and
yeah,
just like they're fuming right now because like this is like oh god. Like they're looking at like this is subpar as hell. They're thinking like this will get my child to the top, and they're just like,
right, and it's not. Yeah,
and I could tell like because there really are just like blatant moments where the choreography just like they're not together. Like
they're not.
it's just like
Yeah,
the like I said, the girl in the middle, it just like it. She's trying to keep up. She's obviously can't,
right,
and I think that's mostly because like I don't think I blame her. I think I blame the fact that she's right behind this woman who's obviously leading the charge,
right,
but she has to like watch out to not bump into her.
right.
I mean, there's enough distance between her and the rest of the girls, but just she has to like stay right behind. And I don't know why either. And
Yeah.
why do they have her? I'm sorry. There was a moment she just like it looked genuinely like she just gave up on life.
Right, I think she did. She was like,
Like, she was just like waiting like helicoptering her arms for like a brief second and then just done. Like
yeah.
she's just stopped in the middle of it.
She's like, I'm gone. I'm out. I don't know anymore. And like some of
Like
the girls
I
in
don't,
the back just don't have like the yeah, they're not well, like, they're not doing the poses correctly. So like
Nope.
they're like no one is teaching them how to actually do this. They're just kind of like, I feel like they're even more of the lost child because they're just like, oh, okay. I mean,
That so
yeah.
good news. Um, the girl gets to go back in front, but it's in the worst possible way because now they're freestyling.
Oh god.
It is. It's something to behold. Like it's the kindergarten moment of just do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just like you're doing fine. Just like here's your participation award. Just do whatever you feel like, and
Right.
then it really does come across like it.
Oh, I see where the freestyle is. Yeah.
Yeah, like she gets to come in front and she gets to like do stuff, but like I think at this moment it might be the only time that every single person here is having fun.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. I
Because like
also want to say about the girl in the green, like she or teal or whatnot, she has that crimp hair that is very much the style of the time.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like I mean, everyone's style in this kind of like falls into that
Yeah.
like style at the time. But I mean, truthfully, like I think the one that gets me is the girl in back in the purple leotard
Yeah.
where she has like this the single white ribbon tied around the side of her head, but off to the side
Oh
just
yeah.
enough. That's the moment of like, yeah, there's the '90s right
Yep.
there.
Right
That's
there.
why I remember like '90s hair. Like the grimping's one thing, but like that ribbon,
Yep.
that ribbon is a sign that you're still in the '90s.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Let me go to the. I'm gonna jump ahead to the freestyle because I
Yeah,
think
go
that
ahead.
will be funny. Where is it? I just saw it.
Time code on it is where was it?
22:58.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Like they're just like finally like, I don't give a shit. Oh, they're all wearing. Wait, when did that girl change to like shorts? Oh
wait,
no, that was
what?
just the girl in the back. Okay.
Yeah, the girl in the back was just that was her thing.
Oh okay.
But I love the age difference of like every girl there is like I think probably like 12 or 13, and then this woman's obviously like 28.
Right.
But she like I have a feeling she's trying to be like a 13 or 12-year old and just like do whatever you want. Oh god. And I'm
That's
just
great.
the funny part is just like the lead dancer is just now like sporadically going wherever the hell she like feels appropriate.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, and now it looks like the girl in teal is actually having fun because she's right in front
Right.
for like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
That was when the mom was like screaming the loudest, I think.
Right. Oh my god. All right. I'm gonna pause that.
Yeah, I
Go
think.
back. Yeah. Yes. So obviously we went on a little detour there, but like it was a fun detour. Um,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I know. Of exercising with Barbie, sorta.
Exercising with I'm exercising with my demons is what it feels like.
Oh yeah. Oh my
It
gosh.
doesn't feel like I'm like I feel more like I've like crossed the threshold of like I mean this is definitely the kind of movies that you buy because oh god like
Because your
a
friends are coming
grandparent.
over and you want to have a talking piece, but also you could just have it in the background.
I mean nowadays yeah like this
Yeah.
is definitely one of those movies like you just like put on to like laugh your hands off like you laugh your ass off to it
Right.
but like back in the day like I think you'd buy this like as a stocking stuffer or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like this is what a grandma buys a
Oh
kid
yeah. Because it's
to
Barbie.
really like yeah because they don't know what else to get them and just like oh they like the Barbie maybe they'll enjoy this and then they'll like yeah thank you grandma and then play it and think
Yeah.
what is my life.
Yeah.
But yes viewer this is the kind of like this is the kind of thing I was talking about when it comes to vapid like content when it comes to like Barbie where it's like it's definitely evolved since this point because this is was basically just a half rated um exercise video with Barbie in stop motion for like 10 minutes.
Right. Well, I mean, the other thing too is that it was a cash grab. You know,
Oh
like
yeah.
they didn't. They could have just like advertise this for, like, hey, you know, like, be an active girl, like, or an active person, an active
Oh
child,
yeah.
like, included, a couple boys in there, like, not have as many kids, like, but like branding it with Barbie, like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
The sentiment's definitely felt. Like the sentiment's not the issue at all. Like
yeah,
I applaud them for trying this. It's
yeah,
just I'm on the execution of this where it just you just two changes would have made it just a little more accepting.
right,
As it stands, it's funny and oh my god.
yeah.
Well, I know what I'm doing today. I found more Barbie dance movies, and I think this is what I'm gonna end up being. Like I found like '90s dance party stuff, and just like all this
Oh
since
no,
like
yeah,
yeah,
okay,
God,
well, yeah,
I wish I could drink, but like
yeah,
no, this is just as good as just to watch terrible, terrible cash grabs to
yeah,
establish properties.
yeah. Well,
Oh
I
my
am gonna
god.
get going.
Yeah.
Is there like a topic that you want to go over like next time? Because I'm like, I mean, we could possibly do Sailor Moon. I feel like I have to write a list about
You,
like some of
you
this.
know,
Yeah.
like I think Sailor Moon's like the one I can talk about the most
Okay.
because out of all the things I've watched, I think Sailor Moon is probably the one that no matter what like I've like thought of myself, like that's been
Mm-hmm.
the one that's been the is just Sailor Moon is just my thing because I watched it all the time when I was a
Yeah.
kid and I absolutely love it. So I think that's the most appropriate one that we
Okay.
can go to
Yeah.
next.
And then I
Except
was thinking maybe we can go over like 80s Saturday morning cartoons at some point. We probably have to do like part 1 and 2 on that cuz like there's a
oh
lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can do like 80s and 90s cartoons because
Okay.
there's definitely like a bunch of like points that we can go to and
Right.
just but yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Okay. All right. And then I'm like and then we'll have to I think at that point have some guests on because I'm like I don't know what else we would.
I mean,
um
I definitely know my friend Scarlett. I think would be like up for like
oh yeah. Yeah.
90s cartoons or anything, or even Sailor Moon. But like, oh god, like I think that definitely like colors a good portion of all our lives. Is just that
Yes.
kind of like viewing.
And then my friend Chris, who lives in California, wants to definitely come on. I don't know, like I kind of have an idea of actually what both of them want to talk about. And so yeah, we'll be able to kind of weave that in. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right. Um,
That
as
was
far as I know, it looked like for whatever reason when I went to use the stream that like it put it on private. And then as you were talking, at one point I checked and I did make it public. So I believe that the stream worked, but we kind of didn't get any of like the comments or anything because it was on private. Unfortunately, I think I did that as like a setting just because like um, I'm just like why did like because many years ago, like not currently, but like many years ago when Instagram was like, do you want us to be able to post on Facebook? And I was like, no, like you have to do that. Like, okay, then put it on private. So I think that anytime I post from a different app to Facebook, it's like just my eyes only or whatever, or only me can view it. So I
mhm.
think that that's what happened. you know,
Ah.
yeah. So
Well, I mean,
yeah,
hopefully,
hopefully I'll be able to like switch that up and make sure that any streaming will be public or at least friends, so that it can all be in
yeah,
there.
absolutely,
Yeah, but it looks like that it did get on there. So yay, yay.
awesome.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, that
So
was I had fun. So
yeah,
this was great.
yeah,
Just a lot I have never like found out about Barbie, and a lot I'm going to be looking into now,
continue
if
to
nothing
look
else.
into just to be like, okay, yeah.
I mean, it'll be a good time. So
Yes.
I'll just
Well,
say that.
as we said that there's the woman who does the She did her car, she did her scooter, she makes the dress, the holiday Barbie dress every year. Yeah, it like there's so many different aspects to currently where Barbie is, you know.
And I think it's going to continue for that.
Oh
So
yeah,
I,
definitely.
I definitely look forward to seeing what becomes of it.
I'll have
You know,
to
as
share
time
some
goes
of the
on.
other things about there's this guy who another YouTuber who is all about the he's the one that talked about the adult collector of of dolls compared to like a play doll, like fashion doll compared to
Ah,
collectors. And so I'm like, there's a lot of really good stuff, even like the makeup. I think he did one video of just the makeup of Barbie over time, and like
huh.
it was beautiful. It was just like, oh, okay, oh wow, all right,
I'm
So
definitely interested in that. So yeah,
okay,
I would
yes,
love to
I'll
check
send that
that out.
along, and yeah, so I'm glad that this topic was like, okay, I did a lot of research, and then I found out more.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
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 this is definitely like, I mean, like we've been saying, like in terms of like a cultural, it definitely like opened things up. And as me as a person, like I as I was like talking about and everything, I definitely like have a better appreciation for it now
yeah,
than I did growing
me
up.
too.
So
Yeah.
oh yeah,
So for the MC Hammer one, do you want to eventually like revisit that topic just so that we have it?
oh yeah, no, I
Okay.
would love to.
Okay. All right.
No, we can definitely do that,
Yeah.
especially if we have a better understanding of like how
Of
the
course.
streaming stuff works.
Yep. Yep. All right. So I'm gonna end the stream and I'll talk to you later.
Yep. All
Okay.
right. Have a good day.
All right. You too.
Bye.